Up at Southampton with Ancaster, who have for sale this rather lovely Beneteau Swift Trawler 44. Now, I've been quite keen to get a trawler yacht onto the channel because these are a bit different to the usual flybridge high performance or sports cruiser style. This is a boat for somebody who doesn't want to go boating for the weekend or just for an afternoon. They want to set sail perhaps for a month. Maybe if you're retired or just got a lot more time, or you just want something a lot more practical and comfortable and just aren't worried about performance. So it's a different style of boating and a very nice style of boating. I'm going to take you on board and explain to you what it's all about. Now, this is a classic trawler yacht feature, so you've got deep bulwarks, but your side decks are very low and you can step on here. So rather than most boats where you have to step on at the bathing platform, here we can step on and we're right next to the helm, which if you're short-handed, of course, is brilliant because for tying up, you can get from the helm to doing the ropes immediately. Also, you'll notice very wide side decks with this overhang, very much a trawler yacht feature, and it makes it feel like a proper motor yacht as you move around it. And Beneteau have been quite clever with this because if we come out here to the back, this of course is the cockpit. There's a big overhang for plenty of shade. You've got your bathing platform again with another of those doors, but if we walk round to the other side, it's got side decks all the way around, but this one is narrower. They're asymmetric side decks. Now you can still get up and around no problem and get your fenders on and that sort of thing, but the idea of this of course is the wider the side deck is, the narrower you make the interior of the boat. So by doing it this way, you've got a great side deck for getting up and down to the front, but you're not compromising the interior as a result. And this is the interior. Again, very much a trawler yacht style because you've got things like this big comfortable seating area at the back. This table, it's in a dining table at the minute, but you can see there's a section here and you can pull these at each end. And then that folds away. And you've got a smaller coffee table style of thing. And in fact, that's also height adjustable. You can see there's a mechanism underneath that you can release to raise or lower that, depending on how you're using it. This is all storage over here, so again, it's that very practical theme where you've got plenty of space to get everything away. These are actually all the instruction books and so on in here. Same up here. And another very trawler yacht feature is having the galley on this level up here. And the idea of this is, with this sort of boat, although it does have a pretty good turn of speed, and we'll come to that in a little while when we look at the engines, what people often do is just drop the pace right back to 5 or 6 knots where it's very economical, huge range, and potter for a day down the coast. And that means that, you know, you can be here, you can make yourself a sandwich, you can keep a good lookout, have a chat with whoever's at the helm, and it just makes this whole area usable when you're underway. And it's gas cooking on this one, so you don't need to run a generator to have that operational. And then you've got your oven and grill just there. Sink of course is underneath that one. And on the other side, the fridge is actually beneath the helm seat. Now this has a lift up section, as you can see, and that makes it really great to walk straight through and out of the boat. That's where we stepped on when I showed you where the helm was. Also, it's great because you can just stand here and lean against this. Again, when you're just pottering, it's really nice sometimes to just stand here and just keep an eye open and just enjoy being out on the water rather than hammering along at great speed. And also, look at these very slim mullions that they put around here. The mullions are the downward sections between the glass that support the roof, but they've made it really slim and easy to see out of. This is the helm, so you've got chart plotter just here, your engine instrumentation, switch gear. These are the throttles and shifts, so your head to go into gear and then throttle up. And that one is an autopilot. The other thing you've got on here, which is quite handy, these are bow and stern thrusters. Those are actually thrusters that will push the bow or the stern sideways. So if you come into a dock like this, you can literally power both ends of the boat and move it easily into the berth. And then, as I said earlier, hop out and tie on. Let's go have a look at the lower deck. So down here, again, very straightforward. There is a day heads at the bottom of the steps. That's in here. You notice everywhere there's these opening windows, so you get plenty of ventilation through. And that is also a shower that pulls out from here. and of course it drains in the floor. So as well as the day head, it's also the heads that you'd use from this cabin, which is the guest cabin. Again, all very simple and straightforward. You've got a big double bed in here. You've got loads of storage in the big drawers. And then places like this. And then, as I mentioned earlier, ventilation is key on these. So you've got opening hatch up here. You can see that, yeah, there we go. Opening window over here. So again, if you're spending a lot of time on the boat, it's great to get plenty of air through here and just keep it nicely ventilated. Excellent. And then for the owner, well, he or she, or they, get this cabin at the front. Nice sized cabin, nice low bed. Again, big hatch in the ceiling, plenty of air through, opening portholes on either side and windows. We're in Hamburg at the minute, so our view will be like that. Very pleasant. That is a Lagoon 46 catamaran. People have been asking me for catamarans, so I filmed that as well while I was here. So if you like cats, go and take a look at that. If it's not on the channel, it will be soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Big wardrobe. Thusly. And they've got a TV on here as well on this one. And this has its own ensuite, so that's on the starboard side of the boat. And very nicely done. I like these little lights they put in the mirror. And you can see this one's got a separate shower stored in. Excellent. Let's go and have a look around the decks. People always say, what's behind the hinged section? So let's have a look, shall we? That is just another storage area. And that is a portable fire extinguishing system and the fuel shut-offs. So again, everything where you can get to it, that's for the engine room. So if you ever had a problem, that's what would deal with that. I think we'll go out of this side door and head around the decks from here. So there's a couple of steps up to the big foredeck with these sunbathing cushions. That's the hatch that is above that master cabin. And of course, when it's down, this will go down over it. Like that, in fact. There we go. Ta-da! Love these teak decks. And your anchor is up here on the front with an electric anchor winch, of course. And that view there, that is classic trawler yacht with the upright screens and the big eyebrow over them, so you get plenty of shade. That's fantastic. I think we'll walk down this side just to show that we can. As I say, this side is narrower, but it is still perfectly usable. Rail across here, and then we've got that overhang. And we'll head down. Go and look at the flybridge. I think I'll slip my shoes back on. So, steps that are canted back, and we'll head up those, up onto the top. And another great trawler yacht feature is there's no radar arch up here. What there is a mast. And that is where you have things like your radar, your searchlight is up there, nav lights up on the top, the aerial right at the very top for the VHF radio, the Glomax there is for your TV aerial. So it's putting everything high up and out of the way and keeping this all completely open. And you'll notice that it's got this boom. Now that's not for sale. What that is for is because this is a cradle to put your tender on. So you lift it with that. So the boom, you can see there's a big winch for it here. You can swing that boom out, drop the line down, hook onto your tender, lift it, swing it in and lower it. And your tender sits completely out of the way up here on this aft deck. And also up here on this deck, there is the life raft. And this closes down to close that over. And you may wonder what's the point of that if it's open around the sides. Well, there are canopies that can go in all the way around, so you can have that aft deck enclosed if you want to. Also makes this area a bit safer up here, particularly if you've got kids, for example, rushing about, little blighters. Underneath here, sink, and you could have a grill on there if you wanted to. And underneath it, a fridge for up here, so you don't have to keep running up and down every time you want a cool drink. And a bit of storage. And then there's a great seating area up here. This one's got the bimini top. Of course, this will fold away if you want it to, if you don't want that in place. but it's great on a hot day like we've got today for a change. Very nice up here in Southampton today. So seating all the way around the table, more seating down this side, and then 2 captain's chairs. So a very comfortable place to sit and while away a few hours as you slip gently down the coast with this great view out. Perfect. This of course is another helm position, so you've got throttles up here for example. Let's put those back in neutral. Those thruster controls again that we mentioned downstairs, they're repeated here. That's the control for the searchlight. Trim tabs are here and another screen for your radar and your chart plotter. And this is teak laid again, which is very nice. A decent space, isn't it? Cool, let's head on back, because the only thing we haven't looked at is the engines. And they are underneath the floor. And to get into here we need to move the table, roll the carpet up. I will do that very quickly with the magic of video editing. So what we find down here are a pair of Volvo Penta shaft drive engines. They're D4s and they're 300 horsepower each. Now they're giving the boat a top speed of about 22 knots and she cruises at around 18. Obviously you can bring the speed much further back if you want to just potter, then it is ideal for doing that. And in terms of range, well at 18 knots you're probably looking about 300 miles. Drop the speed back to displacement speeds at sort of, I don't know, 7-8 knots, you'll get an awful lot further. But very straightforward. Engines are here, gearboxes are on the back of the engines, and then a straight shaft drive down, and your propellers are on the end of that shaft with a rudder behind, so it's all pretty straightforward stuff. Cool, let's carry on. Good, so what else have we got? Well, about the only thing left to show you what's underneath the cockpit, and that is again masses of storage, because the very ethos of this boat is to disappear for a month or two at a time if you want to, and have plenty of space to put everything. So look at this, directors chairs can go in here, folding bikes can go in here, all kinds of stuff. Really good size. And if we drop that one back down, we'll find another one over on this side. So we lift that and that. Look at the size of that. That, as much as anything else, sums up these boats. Super practical and really capable to just disappear off for a period of time and enjoy yourself. What a great retirement plan. Excellent. Let's drop that back. And I think we will finish up back here to say thank you very much Ancaster for letting us look around that one. That's a 2015 example that they have for sale, and I'll put a link to the details in the description, so if you're interested you can go and take a look for yourself. Hope you've enjoyed that one, something a little bit different, and I hope you've subscribed. If not, do hit the button and the little bell, because we've got some great stuff coming for you. As ever, thanks for watching. Look forward to catching you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.